Do you have a favorite color?
Favorite color? Blue. Why not?
Alright. Which one, light or dark?
Go for dark.
Okay. So this is your OPGG. Like I said, it's not pretty. For sure, it's not pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. You main jungle, right?
Yeah, well, I main Rengar. I wouldn't say I main jungle. I just really like the champ, to be honest, and that's why I play jungle. Well, the way it's played.
Yeah.
Because I would say, I don't know, my other junglers. I mean, I can play Nunu, but it's just not the same, really. If I was to play, I would say, my Rumble mid, my Kassadin mid, it's a lot better than, my Nunu Hecarim.
So what makes you... Have you always mained Rengar then, or...?
No, so I've been playing since season 4. I started off playing Yasuo mid. I hit plat 4 playing Yasuo, that was season 6. Then I took a break for 2 years. Came back season 8, I played a bit of mid then, and then I started playing Rengar. And I hit Diamond, it looks dodgy, but I hit Diamond 1 season 9, and then I decayed to Diamond 4, and that was basically only with Rengar. And yeah, this is basically why I'm getting coaching, because I'm 33% win rate, platinum, and I don't know, there must be something I'm doing wrong, just gameplay wise, because I know my mechanics are decent, but I don't know, I think my jungling itself is just bad. If I learn how to play jungle, maybe
Yeah. I'll just take a look at your runes to make sure there's no stupid stuff. So you have these two are fine. Some games, this one is good even though you have your W. This one can be good in very small percent of games as Rengar. Maybe 1 out of 50 games it can be good.
Yeah, okay.
So Last Stand is pretty decent on Rengar too because you get a bit low, but you do want to try to one-shot as well, so Coop is understandable. This is for sure the best. These two here is good.
Ravenous is still...
Yeah, I think even though it's has gotten some nerfs, sure, I think it's still good, especially because you're going Conqueror build as well, so it's the best. So runes-wise, I don't see anything really worth mentioning, so I think we can just go into the game.
Build as well. So I watch a lot of Scrub Noob and I basically just copy how he plays, and he's taking Gordrink now, and I played it with it on my Smurf account. It just feels a lot better, but because it's getting nerfed in next patch, I think.
What are they nerfing?
I'm not 100%. I just know they're nerfing it.
Because whether it's a hard nerf or a small nerf, the word is still a nerf, and when you think about something getting nerfed, you automatically think it's bad, but that's not necessarily true. Gordrinker is really OP, so if it gets nerfed a little bit, it should still be strong. So you need to research what they're actually doing and what actually ends up hitting live server, and then make the decision whether it's weak or not. Because let's say they're removing 5 AD, the item is still strong, you know?
Yeah.
But let's say they remove some cooldown reduction, then 5 AD, and then some healing, yeah, then it's a pretty bad item.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on.
So you mentioned that your mechanics, you believe, are fine.
Whoa. In this game, no. This game is really, this is probably, the worst game I've played, I think, in a while. I picked it out just because I made a lot of mistakes and I thought we could go over those. And I was basically useless early game, and I think that's another problem I have, is basically just keeping up with these other junglers in the early game, like Hecarim, Nunu, and that kind of stuff. Getting more ganks off than them. Well, not more ganks, but I don't know, just trying to be useful. Because the game can really snowball out of control in some games. Like when they have a Nunu or something, and they're just perma-ganking, and I'm not really sure what to do.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about that is that when enemy jungle ganks, a good jungler will always punish enemy jungle. When I play jungle, I like to play a very consistent style where I have 1 or 2 lanes I will mainly play for, and I'll always make sure that I'm in a good position and that enemy jungler, it's kind of like chess, where if we make a chessboard and they make a move, they go here, I can do here, and maybe I can checkmate them if they do their next move. That's how I view jungling. And so then the thing is that, yeah, sure, enemy Nunu might fucking gank bot lane, right? But it's not like you don't know this. So let's say enemy jungle is red side, And let's say I'm blue side, of course, if he's red. So I want to play for top lane. Okay, well, I do my red. Now I see he started red buff. Okay, so Nunus usually do this into this, and then they usually just do blue gromp and they gank bot, right?
Yeah.
So I will ping his path while he's doing it, and I will ping careful bot lane. Now I'm going to do wolves, then I'm going to do blue, and then he's going to show up bot lane while I'm doing my blue usually. Now, if my bot lane dies, sucks, happens. If they don't, I'm really happy. But I'm happy regardless, because if he gank bot lane now, either Raptors and Krugs are up, or only Krugs are up and then Raptors are spawning soon. So now, I can take Crab, I can go to Raptors if they are up. If they're not up, I just do Krugs. If after I've done Krugs, he is still bot, now his Raptors are going to spawn around 4 minutes. 4 minutes to 4:20, depends how late it took them. And I can take it, right? So now I punished him.
Okay.
And now they're going to be up again at like 6 minutes-ish. Because every camp spawns 2 minutes after you take it.
Yeah.
So it's like, how I view it is that when you're playing carry junglers, if you get ahead from doing stuff like this, you will realize how bad it actually is to gank versus good players.
Okay.
Now the issue is that I see often is that people don't do this, and they either, one, they try to match the ganks of the Nunu, which usually doesn't work because they gank faster than you, so they always end up being there before you. Or two, they just AFK farm, but they don't actually counter jungle.
Okay.
You get what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So we'll see. So, looking at this, what is your thought process? Looking at all the champions.
So I'm not like 90% sure I can 1v1 Viego. So I think my thought process was I want to fight him on Scuttle. But yeah, that was probably my thought process during the game. I want to fight Viego as much as possible, get him into situations he doesn't want to be, because he probably doesn't know that, because this is Platinum and I don't think players are that smart and they're probably not thinking about these things. So that was basically all I was thinking, really. Vayne, we don't want to get Vayne fed. Echo
Yeah.
might be in, yeah, I don't know.
Vayne is really scared this game because they also have a Shen.
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking this game is I want to try to get bot lane ahead early, because if I try to gank bot lane later on, Shen can ulti and it might be really bad.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm also thinking that Viego, my 1v1, is important to think about because you're playing Rengar, a champion that really wants to 1v1 enemy jungle. Meanwhile, a champion like Lilia doesn't care too much about 1v1ing enemy jungle, so you don't need to focus on that. But yeah, Rengar, Shaco, these kind of champs, knowing if you can 1v1 enemy jungle is really important. So basically, I just want you to, first 5 minutes every game, like when you're in loading screen and champ select, always think about the first 5 minutes, how they should play out, how your 1v1 with enemy jungle is, how the lane should play, what's their win condition, like what do you want to play for?
Yeah.
And how can you punish enemy jungle? Just like if you're a laner, how can you punish enemy laner? So this game, I don't want Vayne to be fed, because she's a hyper carry. She is good versus Mordekaiser, she is good versus Tristana, so she's okay versus your champs as well. They also have a Shen. So my game plan early is to puff down to bot and be able to fight there with my team. And see if I can go for bot grab. My bot lane should also have push, just because their champs are stronger early. So I have bot prio, so I puff there as well.
Yeah, I think, yeah, it's quite interesting. We'll just play the VOD and see what happens. Because I was gonna start blue, because I'm assuming that Viego will start red like 90% of the time to catch him on the other Scuttle. But Victor says, no, we can't fight 2v2. And I end up listening to him and going red, blue, Scuttle.
Yeah, I mean, Victor isn't wrong. He's a mage versus Echo. Yeah. But the thing is, I don't really care about that, because I feel like 1v1ing enemy jungle should be like a bonus, you know? I don't think it should be on the top of your priority list. My biggest priority list here is to make sure that I get a play. Number one is to make a play on bot, because if I try to make a play on bot once Shen is 6, like I said, that's going to be 10 times harder. And that might even lose you the game.
Okay.
So like, by starting top here, I can puff down to bot lane, the very aggressive lane, by the way, keep that in mind. They are Leona. Leona versus 2 range champs. If Leona doesn't all in, they get poked out, right? you have CC from Seraphine and Tristana, so you have good setup bot lane. Their win condition is Vayne. I think it's way more important you make sure you puff down to bot. And then if you meet him on bot grab, you can fight Viego. But if he's now on top side, you should be happy because you can still do something here.
Okay, well, we'll see how that pans out. Because I definitely don't do that.
Yeah, but I don't really mind too much what you do this game. It's more about in the future.
Yeah,
Because it's like, if
why I
you...
picked this game, 'cause it's just mistakes.
Yeah, because like, sure, you might be able to 1v1 him, but he can also flash away, right?
Yeah.
So like, you might meet him and he just flashes, which is also not like horrible, but if you traded a potential 2 kills bot lane and shutting down their Vayne to get enemy jungle flash, it's not really worth it. That's why I think bot here should be higher priority, and then after that, maybe 1v1ing. Like, let's say Viego starts topside and you also started topside, you puff down and then you realize bot isn't gankable because they're too pushed. Now you meet him here and now you kill him. That's good, because we couldn't do bot lane, so we chose the 1v1. That's good.
Okay.
But now you're forced to do 1v1. So now if Viego started topside and he passed down, and, well, you actually did end up starting red here, it seems. So that's good. But
Yeah,
you said you did blue. But let's say you
No,
did blue
because
here.
I was talking with the Victor, and if you look at chat, he was like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but, okay, alright. But let's say you did this, and you puff up, and he start here and puff down. It's really disaster. He will gank bot now your bot loses, and you have nothing to do top.
I suppose, yeah. It's probably not worth.
Nice, you did the plant trick, that's good.
My mechanics generally aren't what they were, just because I didn't play end of season.
So one thing I always recommend Rengar players to do, so you should only ward here if you actually think that you're gonna get invaded.
Okay.
And if not, just honestly, just ward your Krugs so you can jump over, or ping your Mordekaiser to walk there.
I was just gonna ask, yeah. I don't know if it's worth it.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
usually it's not really worth to ward it, so at least ping your laner. When I play with Rengar, I don't ward it, but I ping, and they usually understand.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, so like you just do this, and then now ping, walk this way.
Yeah.
Because the fact you have to run all the way here and losing your passives and stuff is just so bad. It hurts your clear a lot. So you didn't lose your passive at least, but you're still a lot slower. For zero reason.
Unlucky.
Yeah, this is fine though. And then you'll just W.
Yeah. Drag it out. Don't think I'll be able to W the chicken, so maybe I will actually.
You will. This is all fine. Yeah, that will bleed. Good. This is good. Your clear isn't horrible. That's good.
Yeah, my kiting needs a bit of work, but I also pull this, which I recently learned.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Needs a bit
This
of
is
work.
only bad. This is only bad to do if you think you can get invaded. So here, it's the important part of the game. Mid died. This isn't bad. This can be good. Okay?
Okay.
This means Viego now skipped something to do this gank. So the question is, what did he do? So,
You should check CS.
yes, you should check CS. You should click on mid right now. Look, here's the mid gets ganked. You should click right now. At least click when you see this. Does he have blue? Does he have red? What does he have? Worst case for you right now, he has red and 12 CS. What does that mean?
He red, Krugs chickens mid.
Yeah, so we can't punish. Which means sad. But now if he did, let's say, red Raptors, let's say he has red and blue, right? We can assume that one camp is up, right?
Yeah.
Either Raptors or Krugs is up here. Or both even, if he did red Gromp blue.
I need to get into the habit of F1ing, F2, F3. I need to like bind those to something. I'm not sure what you have them binded to.
I mean, I have them to F1, F2, but I also click on the map a lot, because I think that using F keys, it shows your teammates, yes, I don't think it's that awkward. I think that it's just that it shows the camera of your teammate, but it doesn't show everything. Sometimes I get more accurate info clicking. So I don't think it's that bad to click. But I think it's really fucking bad to not look at anything. Because right now, you could just walk into and take his entire bot side, possibly.
I probably could have gone here. I don't know.
I mean, maybe, but you also didn't look at bot lane and you didn't consider his jungle camps, because maybe he ganked mid here and he did complete troll pathing. You could take his entire top side, reset, and now clear down again, and you would be level 6 really fast.
It's never worth to reset after fork, though. You should always look for invade then, or...
If his camps are up, right?
Okay.
It's really easy here to know if it's up, because either he did red start, cleared this, and then just ganked here and then went to top side, in which case no point to check.
Yeah.
Or he did, like I said, red, blue Gromp, or red Krugs or Raptors, and then blue and then gank.
Yeah.
So one camp somewhere is up. You can easily get it because you're in close proximity. Is CDR boots bad on Ringer? I feel like your clear speed here. Like, so first your MS would be higher, which means better clear speed because you get to places faster and better ganks. 20 ability haste.
Wait, first item, you think?
Yes.
Okay.
So 20 ability haste, like straight off the bat, will for sure improve your clear speed. So I think that would be better if that's what you're buying. Is that your boots?
Vampiric Scepter's pretty bad actually. Like usually you want to get Dirk or something, but like you said.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is your boots. Just buy this first item. Trust me, it's OP. It's gonna be so good for you. Like, at least like at Dirk, yes, I can see Dirk. Dirk sounds good, but if you have the choice, to get this or CDR boots, boots for sure. Because the fact is that you're gonna get 20 ability haste when you have no ability haste, which basically now means like 18 CDR. So think about it like this. Imagine last season, if you could buy 18 CDR for 900 gold, wouldn't that be just bonkers? Because 900 gold, right, that would be 10 CDR last season. Now it's like 18 or 17. It's insanely broken.
They buffed it, didn't they?
Yes. Yeah. So it's just like, let's say you have 2 CDR items and then you buy CDR boots, it's a lot less value because now it gets like 11 or 12 CDR. But if you buy the first item, it's so insane.
I was gonna say...
Like this gank, for example, you would be here right now already.
You're right. I was gonna say I would copy Scrub Noob's build, but he probably doesn't go CDR boots because he's actually invading and he never really backs with...
Yeah, if you get Dirk, I can see Dirk being better than CDR boots, because Dirk is just really good for your spike.
Yeah.
Again here, you meet him, you have no clue about his puffing. Now we checked 24 CS, but you didn't check first time, so it's really hard to know exactly what's going on. Which just makes it hard for you to punish enemy jungle, which is bad, because you need to punish enemy jungle.
Yeah.
So this is pretty good, and this can be planned in the future, ahead of time too. But you just trolled, because... Watch.
Yeah.
So
I should have just flashed earlier. Right?
No, you should just keep like. Have you ever played this game IRL? I remember IRL when we were like kids. We would do this game. There would be like a car, and a kid would be here, and I would be like here. We would like try to catch each other, you know? I'd run up here, the guy runs here, and run here, he goes there, right? But the way you always outplayed this in IRL too, which is just patient. He will get bored sometimes, Shen. So like. You just do this, and you should keep standing here, because then Shen has to walk into Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser will kill Shen here on his next Q. Yeah. So, you agree here, right? Like, watch, if you look at the map. Shen, if he runs past this point, if he runs to here, you can now just run and catch him, right? If he runs down here and you're here, he escapes. So the goal is to keep him here. So if you just stand here now, he's fucked. Yeah. Because if he runs past this, you can flash over and kill him. If he stands here, he keeps getting poked by Mordekaiser. That's your goal. So watch. So here, we're hoping he runs through lane. And then you see right now, he does this. Now you run down again.
Yep.
Now you run down. Because then, if he continues running down, he dies to you. So now he will run back up. If he runs back up, Mordekaiser can poke. See what I mean?
Yeah. I think that's just me being washed up in Pepega. I think I wouldn't do that if I was last season or the season before. Because I'm not really thinking.
Here, bot lane is getting all-in. So Tristan W is on cooldown right now. You probably didn't realize.
No. You think going Scuttle here is good, or should I go Gromp?
I think Scuttle is good. We're just doing Drake though on your screen.
Yeah.
Nice. Echo's moving. Yeah, I mean if you just didn't blow your things on the crab there. But yeah, you just didn't see him,
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Could I
It's
maybe-
worth.
If I walked the other way.
I mean, it doesn't matter. You die here no matter what.
Yeah.
So I think it's fine. Because I think even if he gets that Drake, you still kill him. So I think it was a good decision.
Yeah.
Now I think level 6, you might actually lose 1v1 though, to Viego. Considering your ult is pretty useless. I don't know what you're doing here. Trading your ult for his ult is just not worth.
Well,
So
if he ults back, don't we kill?
I
Because
mean,
it's just-
he would just he should W beforehand. Don't know if he used it. Like the way that I just view it as Rengar is that ideally, right? Like what happened bot lane? They used Shen ult. So like
Yeah.
my goal here is to see if I can ulti. Like I'm not happy getting Echo's flash with my R.
No, for sure.
Because now my R is on cooldown, and next time I ult him, he still has ulti. So like, worst case for me, he can just live with ulti next time too. If you're gonna trade your ult for people's flashes, you want to make sure they die next time when you have ult at least. So like, sure, if this is like an Anivia or something, right, that doesn't have escapes, this isn't that bad. But this guy has his E, he has his R, so it's so bad to use ult here just to get his flash. It's also a matchup that is like pretty pointless to help. The reason why I say that is that whether this Echo dies once or something, he will still be able to jump on Victor and stuff. So what I'm thinking is that Shen ult is on cooldown. Again, Vayne is their win condition. I know we were fighting around bot a lot this game. There's not been any fights mid, but there's been a lot of fights in bot. And I know Vayne for sure exhausted me last fight. So if I path down to bot lane, I'm very likely to get kills. And also on champs like Nocturne and Rengar, when you're having to gank with ult, blowing your long cooldowns to impact a lane that is a 2v2 instead of 1v1 is usually just better. It's more value to get 2 kills, obviously. So here I think it's weird, and it's also weird how you so confidently ulti. Like, I can understand at least if he's like jumping on Victor, but right now he still has E. And he still has W.
Stacks, I guess, I don't know. That's why I had 4 stacks, so...
Yeah, but he can just W now and E away, and he never has to ult or
Yeah,
flash.
it's just a bad play.
It's horrible play. So it's like, you need to have a plan. Here my plan is to gank bot. Shen ult is on cooldown. My bot cans are gonna respawn, so I can just do Krugs after red here. And of course, if Echo dives my Victor or does something really stupid, then sure, I will gank him. I can look for Shen here. Viego just showed bot. Maybe I can dive Shen and take top camps. I don't know. But you don't look at these things.
Yeah, no, not this game. But that's one I'd say I'm really inconsistent. Like some games I just won't think, some games I will. I need to like get a game plan like every single game.
Yes. Because now you have no ulti, and now you're bot side with no ult. So now you have to path top, and now Shen ulti is back up again.
Yeah.
So now next time you look for Vayne, you can't do it. Herald is good call. You have no camps around, so you're not really wasting time. I think this is really useless. I would just run Krugs and reset. Here, you're just perma-trolling right now? I don't know. So, the reason why I think this is useless is because you've done Herald now for 40 seconds, which means you had 40 seconds to think about what your next move is. And your next move here should either be invade this top side if it's up, 2, dive Shen, 3, kill mid, 4, take Krugs and reset.
Yeah.
So how do we make the right choice? Well, we take a top side if we think it's up. It can't be up right now because he was bot side here, and then we knew he went to top side here. Because he never showed bot anymore, right? He didn't do the dive. If he committed to dive now or re-ganking, I would check his top side. If you're like super ahead, you can peek his top side here if you want. Like you can just like peek it, like just walk in, just see if blue is up and like try to like sneak it away here. It's not too bad. But now you should at least do Krugs. You realize, but like I said, no point to take Honey Fruit if you're gonna reset. Here you're just trolling, in my opinion, because look, see bot camps?
Yeah.
Have we done anything around top for a while?
Nope.
So this guy could just have flash, right?
Yeah.
So can't he just W your burst, E away, and worst case for him, flash away?
Probably, yeah.
And if you reset now, you can spend 1.2k gold and start your bot camps and cover bot lane and stuff.
Yup.
Because I don't mind too much that you're looking to start to kill Shen now, because, again, like I said, he has R up right now, so trying to gank Vayne is a little bit risky. But doing it while you have all your top camps up, all your bot camps up, is really flip.
Okay.
Yeah, like, there's just no way this works. He should just run down river and flash. So, yeah. This played out the best way it could for you. If he just did that exact same thing...
Still managed to fuck it up.
If he just did this, if he just ran here and then flash over here, then
yeah,
he's
that was
out.
Lucky. And I fucked up
Yeah.
by not waiting for my cooldowns. If I just waited for my cooldowns, then
Yeah.
I would have killed him.
Yeah.
But,
Yes, this is good. Good Herald. I was gonna say, at least you can pop Herald here and take turret.
Yeah.
Nice. Them using Shen ult like this is not that bad for you guys. Like, that's pretty good. So now we can try to kill Vayne. Like, this isn't that bad. You guys get turret,
Yeah.
and Shen uses ulti for a random fight like this. That's super ideal for you guys. So you respawn, you run topside, I don't mind that. But then now when we ulti up, we need to use it for Vayne. So...
I skipped Krugs there. Do you think that's like...
Yeah, I think it's
should I
good. We
never
need to get
skip
to bot.
Krugs, or-
I think
Okay,
it's
yeah.
good. Like, Rengar doesn't have insane clear speed, and you don't have insane move speed on the map, so you can't just full clear like Udyr perma. And we need to get to bot, because they have ultis ready, and we're trying to abuse the fact that Shen R is on cooldown.
Yeah.
So I would do this exact same path too, but I would be pinging that I want to go bot. Because, like, if I'm bot lane now, I have no clue what to expect from my Rengar. Like, while you're clearing, you should be pinging your RCD and stuff, and pinging where you're going.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah,
so here,
that
while
makes-
you're
that just makes sense.
while you're spending all this time now walking from here to here, just ping on my way bot and just write Shen no R, for example. Because by writing it, you're also thinking in your head that Shen has no R, right? So you're like confirming it to yourself. So it's a really good way to do it. That's why I think pinging is also good. Like, that's why I said to, like, if you see Viego start blue buff, it's really good to ping it that they started it, because then you are telling yourself in your head where enemy jungler started.
Okay.
It's impossible to autopilot then, because you can't ping without thinking. That's just not possible.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, you're telling your brain to ping, right?
I guess.
So-
yeah, yeah.
Here, bot lane's all inning. You should for sure look. Yes, good, good. This is perfect. She will just condemn you, no? This looks pretty hard. I would go Leona. Yeah, I don't know. Your target is so wrong. Like, you should just kill Leona. She's so far away. You just CC lock her. She's dead. I also think your bot lane really trolls her too. Tristana should just jump in immediately, considering you're here. Because then it maybe turn on her and you can get a good angle. But now you should just go Leona. Like, look how far away Vayne is from your team.
Yeah.
Vayne is so far away. Look how closer she is to her turret than Leona.
Yeah.
Because sure, Leona is harder in Fury to kill, but she is close to your teammates, and she has a bad path to take. And she also has less self-peel than a Vayne. Like, now Vayne literally just condemns you away. If you wanted to, then there's no way you kill her. Meanwhile, if you use your burst on Leona, she would die. So, this wasn't a bad call, you just misplayed. Because you're too tunneled on killing their ADC. Vayne couldn't even help the Leona, by the way, because they were so split up, see? So free kill if you just went on Leo. Leona even wasted her Aftershock by stunning Seraphine there, so it's just one shot. She wasted W and Aftershock, so she's not even tanky. And messing up this play is so bad because this is like the last time you can kill them because Shen R will be up again.
Yeah, I'm just hoping over time, like, that would just become better. Like the mechanics.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that much about mechanics, it's more about decision making.
But the problem is I'm thinking so much about, oh, I need to QEWQ this guy, so I'm not actually thinking about what I should be doing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that I always believe in is that you can have dog shit mechanics and be really good at this game. Like, I'm really bad mechanically, like, I fuck up almost every single Rengar combo. But I can always fucking QE the Leona there and just chain CC her and kill her. So I don't need good mechanics. Because now what I'm really scared of is that you have all your camps spawning, right? Your Victor is dead, your Mordekaiser is dead. But what I mean with dead is like in base. So you have two people off the map. Shen has ult up right now, and you're trying to go for Vayne. Your Seraphine has no ult, Tristana no ult. So you're looking for Vayne here while you have all your camps up and your teammates in base, and Shen has ult. It's just so bad.
Yeah, it's just autopilot, like really bad autopilot.
Yeah, but it shouldn't really be about autopilot, because the thing is, if I'm you right here, I wouldn't want to do a gank while I have all camps up.
Do you think? Do you think you should never gank when your camps are up?
Only if it's super worth, right? Like if this is like I said, if Shen ulti now is up in 20, and this is my last window, and maybe we have really good setup right now, they have both ults up, then yes, it's pretty good to go for a gank now.
Okay.
But right now Shen has ulti up, your teams are off the map, it makes no sense to try to gank right now. Because even if you get on top of Vayne, like I said, she should just tumble, Shen ult, and then now you wasted all your time. Like, look, what are you doing? You have all camps up. What's the point in this?
Oh no.
I hope Shen just ults. Look, meanwhile now they can take all your jungle. I don't know what this even was. Right, like, but like, what's the point, right?
Should have picked a better game. That's right. Yeah, this should just never be happening.
Because you can't carry now when you do stuff like this. You waste so much time. Like, look, level Mordekaiser is level 12. You're level 10.
Yeah.
How can you carry? Why do you think this dragon is so important?
Not sure. I'm just playing dumb now.
Like, I think this is just like a really random Drake. Like, what I mean by that is like, you have one Drake, they have one Drake, so if they get the next Drake, it's really whatever. You guys are gonna take a while to get Soul anyways. I think the only case here where Drake is ever important for you guys is if, one, they already have two Drakes and they're gonna be on their third, or three, you guys are on two Drakes, and since they outscale with Vayne and Shen, well, you guys don't scale bad either, but they do scale decent. If you already have two Drakes, it can be quite important to get to 3, because your guys' win condition will be soul point. You know? So, in that sense, I can understand you're mad. But, right now it doesn't matter. If you guys get second Drake, there's no way you guys get soul in this game anyways. Or at least until 30 minutes, in which case the game should be over regardless. And they can't get soul anyways, so tunneling on Drake here is really bad. Of course, if Drake is completely free, you should do it. But look, your Victor has 10 mana here. You have top camps up. Why do you want to set up for Drake? Just farm your jungle and try to kill top, right? If enemy team is committed to do Drake, let's say you go 3P player, you can kill Shen for free in side lane. Your Mordekaiser is crushing top lane, look.
Yeah.
He's crushing it. So why not just play around him, right? He's always gonna push here, which means this is your jungle.
Play around winning lanes then. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
He's crushing it. He's stomping top lane, but you're running away from him. Which is even worse when you have Shen and Gangplank and stuff. Because Mordekaiser literally can't use his lead because you refuse to let him.
It should be obvious, but I don't know.
Because we should have taken all of this and been inside this jungle now. Because I don't mind you hunting, but at least you could be hunting topside while farming their jungle and stuff. And meanwhile, when you have nothing to farm, yeah, you can maybe look for things. But now we're just flipping it. And flipping it while you have win conditions is really bad. If you have 0 win conditions, right, everyone is inting and you're also inting for some reason, then flipping it is fine. But you're winning top, your mid is doing fine, he's scaling, he has only died once, he's good farm, like, game is fine, and you're just running around doing nothing.
Yeah.
So now they got Drake and you didn't even get jungle camps. Which is like the worst case, because what should happen here is they get Drake and Shen should potentially die or lose flash, and you should get top camps as well as your top camps. Instead, now you're farming while they're already finished Drake, which is pretty bad. And we should have been bot here, but we were doing top camps now because we didn't do it when I said you should have. So you're behind in tempo, because when you use all of this time doing nothing, watch, because I said here, while you're doing Gromp, again, like I said with Rift Herald, when you do Rift Herald, it takes like 40 seconds, and while you're doing it, you have a lot of time to think. Now, while you're doing Gromp, think. Look at the minimap. Victor's This is not our Drake, because Victor needs to reset, you see Seraphine is resetting. So, alright, just clear your top side, and then look for their top side while they're doing Drake. Look for a gank while they're doing Drake, right? Instead, you did nothing. So now you delayed your top side. So since you delayed your camps, now when there's a play to be made bot side, you are too busy farming. Because if you wanted to be bot lane for this play now, you had to give up all your top camps. But if you cleared them 1 minute ago, you could be bot now. Does this make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Going top to push once you realize you couldn't make it to bot play is good. So that was a good decision.
Now I'm typing. Why am I typing?
Okay. This might be possible.
I'll probably fuck this one up.
He has no stopwatch. Shen is looking though. Shen might be faker. Shen is not faker.
Played this champ for 3 years and I still, like, literally any other day that I just kill that and just walk out without any issue. So late, so.
The Bola got flashed.
Yeah. But I just walk up and auto him. Like I can probably kill Viego as well, like, because Shen has no taunt. Like, this is just me playing bad, like really bad.
I mean, shouldn't you have done QEW?
QE. Yeah.
And then you would have
yeah,
ferocity?
Exactly.
Like, look.
There's
Okay.
so many things I could have done.
If you just QEW'd,
Yeah, I don't know.
then
I
you
just
would now have
double-
ferocity.
Yep.
And then you should just be trying to click, and then
If
you
I
would.
double empowered, I probably would have killed it.
Yes. And then you would run away. You see?
Yep.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. Yeah, that was a good one. And I think I just die here as well, probably. Okay, maybe. Nope.
Yeah, it's.
See why I picked this game.
But like, that's the thing, right? So, you misplay this mechanically. I would probably too, but I would be level 13, so I would just kill him while failing everything. And that's the way that I believe League should be played. That if you played it good strategically and everything, you don't need necessarily perfect mechanics, because here you should be level 13, you should already have Collector, and he should just die to auto Q. Like, this should be, like, here, he's dead. And then you should just go on this guy and kill him too. But since you're behind, you actually have to play good mechanically. And you shouldn't be put in a position where you really have to do that. Look, Mordekaiser just 1v9 in the game.
I know.
Why
So
couldn't you
sad.
realize that 10 minutes ago? Right? That your only job is to keep fucking the Shen over. And you have perfect conditions to do that, because your Mordekaiser is winning. Right? If no fights is happening bot side, and you keep taking your side, and this side, and this side, then you keep playing through the Shen lane, Shen can't ult to anywhere, and he's fucked.
Yeah.
And if he does ult, then you can try to look for Vayne. W? Yeah. He will E you again now, maybe? Nope. He doesn't have the balls. Oh, he does. But he's the wrong guy, and then he doesn't ult. Okay. Interesting.
So cringe watching it back. It's hilarious. It's funny.
What is your next item? Essence River, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's not that bad. Sounds good, actually. So, when you leave your Mordekaiser in silent, always make sure he has TP. So right now he has TP up, so
Yeah.
this is fine. So,
Do I
yeah.
go bot here, maybe?
I mean, they have a quite fast Baron, so you have to be quick if you want to do bot. You have to make sure that this guy, you guys don't spend too much time killing him. I would have looked for Shen with Victor,
Okay, power Q, I hit Bowler. Yeah, you ass.
because I think now you lose Baron, I think.
Yeah.
So like the
Yeah,
question
yeah,
in
totally.
these cases is always like, if they start a Baron, could we contest it anyways? If you couldn't contest anyways, then doing this is fine, because it's better to have this guy be dead and not get Baron buff than they're all alive and getting Baron buff. But I think that since Shen, right now, watch, Shen is splitting right now. So now you should tell yourself, if Shen goes for this wave, I should try to kill him. If he doesn't, I should try to kill Echo. The reason why trying to kill Shen is better is because if you kill Shen, you're around the Baron. So now enemy is 4v5, because your Mortar has TP here. So if you kill Shen top here, they start Baron, then you guys can contest it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, definitely.
So if you did ask yourself that question,
So, which I wouldn't have.
yeah, but if you did, then you would see right now you would go top, because you see Shen is actually greeding for this wave. And since he's so weak, you just run top here, ult, and then you and Victor kill him. Now Shen is dead, Echo is bot, it's 5v4 for you guys if they start Baron, Mordekaiser can TP, and it's playable. If Shen is human and he runs to River here, realizing that this is your win condition, then yes, going Echo is fine. Because if the game is 5v5 and they start Baron, I think you guys lose every time. So, killing Echo is not bad, but it's bad because you could kill Shen. Why did they go and for you guys here? Oh, well, it's Shen as well. But they should just win Baron here. This is not that good by them. Yeah, I agree with that though. Mordekaiser should not ult. Yeah, I mean, you are not wrong here.
There's just no reason to type though, really, is it?
Yeah, it's not, but it can be fun sometimes.
True.
Like right now, game is a bit doomed anyways. But I think the early game is what you need to take away from the most, because the game should never be in this position. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This game was really
Yeah,
handed
my
to
early
you.
game is definitely needs working.
Because it's really hard nowadays to come back from this. Because it's like, you can keep killing this guy, right? But in the end, this Vayne is really gonna be a problem.
And if I was fed, I could probably do something about it.
I mean, yeah, but if you also just played side lane, Vayne would never be in any fights anyways, right? If you and Mordekaiser just kept fucking people up in side lane, Vayne is just stuck in mid lane and useless.
Yeah.
But here you guys get a winning fight, somehow. Then we get Drake. Is there a world where we could get Is there a world where we could get Nashor is always the question here, and probably not. Vayne is still alive, so yeah. It would be hard to get Nashor, so doing Drake is correct call.
I have noticed you can do Nashor a lot easier now. I don't know. Like,
I mean, with this build as well, this build is pretty nice for it, I think, too. But yeah, I would sell refillable like ages ago and just buy either a stopwatch or pink wards or something. It's just useless to sit with potions at this point of the game.
True.
So again, Shen is in side lane. Vayne is also in side lane. So now the question is somebody gonna hover the Vayne? And then you see Echoes in mid. Yep. I like that ult. But what I don't like is your pathing. So you have clues on the minimap. Okay, so what I mean by that is like you have things that can tell you some small information about what's going on. This minion wave, okay? What can it tell you? What's everything that this minion wave can tell you right now?
Well, if there was someone mid or near mid, they would be picking it up.
Yeah,
right?
They would be picking it up, that's one thing, yeah.
And because if there's no one there, that means they must be in the jungle somewhere.
Yeah. It also means nobody can come through here. Right? Because minion wave will spot them. So, right now, what I like is that you are thinking about ulting. Because Echo is away and Shen is away, so Shen has to ult.
Okay.
What I don't like is this, that you're walking up here. Because I would try to walk up here, because I'm way more likely to catch people here, and to catch this Vayne, she is never going to rotate like this. She's always going to rotate like this. Right? She has to rotate safely. One of these two. So if I can get here behind her, that's good. Imagine Leon and Echo stands here protecting. Right? Leon, Echo, and Viego. They stand here. Vayne cannot get to here if you try to one-shot her around here. You can't just walk past them here. So, I want you now to walk with Sweeper. And you realize this bush here is not warded. And then just press ulti and try to get behind and onto Vayne.
Okay.
If you fail to one-shot because Shen ult in the 1 second it takes you to kill Vayne, well, sucks, game is over, right? But if you do kill Vayne here, you guys also win the game, so I think it's a worth...
That's quite... If I was ahead, I probably wouldn't actually go for that play, right?
Yeah, exactly. If you guys are winning the game, it's no worth, but this game is really right now very scary, and if you guys are gonna lose a fight now where Echo is here, Shen is here, and you can catch Vayne off guard, then FF anyways, right? Who cares? Because this is pretty good. But then you're trying to walk past where you see them, instead of understanding that Vayne has to connect to them somehow, and you could just loop behind.
Yeah.
See, because you don't understand this, sadly. Which, like, I don't think it's too hard to understand, because right now you see mid-wave, so now you realize, okay, well they respawn and they don't show in mid, which means they have to run jungle, and they don't show with Vayne right now. So they are inside of this area somewhere. But they are very unlikely to go here because Vayne is here. But you also have Sweeper. So you can just sweep, because if you get to here, it's like GG. Here you can also catch Echo, because if Echo walks here, you can catch him.
Yeah.
You need to get in flanking positions. You can't like be in front. Being in front also makes your passive like this, you know, the R thing.
Yeah.
So this is also just bad for you.
I mean, I should have just waited. I would have seen Leona, and then I could have ulted around.
I mean, that's like hindsight thing to say, because we can't know if they're gonna show here. You should just always sweep here, and then if there's not a ward here, you should just ult, and then you will see people, and then you just run behind them. And then if they start running to Vayne, then you look for Echo. If they keep oinking around here, then you just go on Vayne.
So I'm actually pretty strong after that last fight. I should have...
Yes, you're really strong.
Then I...
Okay. Shen ult, Shen ult, Shen ult, Shen ult. Shen is funny, Shen is funny, Shen is really fun chap.
I mean, I guess Sterak's right, but I really thought I would have killed him. I guess Shen ult as well.
I mean, Sterak's and Shen ult and...
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you just forgot about Shen. Like, that's pretty much it. I think the only one you can afford to jump on and flip it on is Vayne. Because I think maybe you can kill Vayne before Shen can even react.
Yeah. I know, I saw
Here, it's so easy for Shen to react. It takes you long already without Shen to kill this guy. So I would never do this when I have a Shen. So I think the decision is fine, it's just that there's a Shen in the game and you're not treating it as such. Like, look Vayne items.
Yeah, I think we just lose.
If Shen is farming a lane or something, it's hard for him to react to you killing Vayne. Because you might just kill Vayne right before he can even ult. But this guy can Sonya's, ulti, E away, W. This guy's too tanky.
Be like, who can I
Too tanky.
Who can I one-shot? Echoes is on he has Sterax, I don't need to kill.
Yep.
I was probably just tilted at this point, but
I mean, I understand.
Game, so it's not an excuse.
Yeah, I mean, I understand you're tilted at this point, but it's the early game that really matters because it's too much time wasted. Your initial game plan was wrong, and then after that it was good, because you initially wanted to start blue, which was bad. This thing here is good. And you get crab, that's good. Now, there's a world where you could take its entire bot side, but I have no clue what's going on pathing-wise, because you don't look. So you need to make it a habit that every game, while you're doing your first buff, check what buff they are starting.
Yep.
Right? And then once they show themselves on a ward or something, check their CS, try to figure out what did they do. And think if there is a way you can punish it or not. Because there's a world now where you take its entire bot side, or at least one camp, and reset for this, path back down, and you're so strong. And you also didn't look at bot lane while doing crab here. Because there is a world here where you can try to look for something bot. Because, like, here, if Leon and Vayne steps up to auto the wave and you come here, Tristana can just jump face first in. You have good setup bot. So yeah. Do you have any questions?
It's just obvious stuff, really. I should have known these things. I don't know.
I mean, sure, looking at it, it's
looking at
maybe
it,
obvious, right?
Playing is a completely different thing.
Yeah, so like the thing about playing is that you need to make habits.
Yeah.
You need to, because it should seem obvious, yes, and that's good that you realize that it's obvious. So then you just need to play, and then you need to try to apply one of these things, right? Keep repeating, like keep playing games and just trying to consistently apply just this one thing till you make it a habit.
Yeah.
And then once it becomes a habit, then you can move on to something else, right? Let's say you make it a habit to check where enemy jungle started. Right, good. Now you move on to that, because now you can do that every game. Now you move on to something else, right? Tracking their CS or their pathing or something. Then you move on, right? So it's about making habits, because you should be able to play on autopilot and still be able to shit stomp in plat. But you need to have good habits to do it. And you need to try to, when you play champs like Rengar, put yourself first in a position where you can carry, and then try to think about other things. Because in this game you wasted so much time that prevents you from carrying. Make sense?
Yeah.
Because as Rengar, as soon as you don't have the option to kill somebody, you're really useless in the game.
Yep. Just need to put myself in those situations.
Yes.
Get myself ahead. I should be out farming them, like, way better. But...
Yes. Because, like you saw, Vega has no clue what he was doing either. But since you were also, like, no clue. Because with Nunu, right, you can fuck these things up and just gank and it's fine.
Yep.
Because you're not going to carry anyways. Because, like, if you're falling behind as Nunu, at least you're useful in some way. Rengar has very little value if he's behind.
Okay.
Especially versus a team like this that is relatively tanky and has so much peel, you need to be overfed to kill people.
Yeah.
Because you need to kill people through the Shen ult. You need to kill people through their Sonyas and stuff like this. So yeah. Like I said, I recorded this, so I will stop the recording here and